leftover Olive Garden. What'd you get? Shrimp?
Shrimp scampi. Chicken scampi.
Chicken scampi?
Yeah, I like the chicken.
Don't care for the shrimp?
Oh, that's good, but chicken.
Yeah, you got the breadsticks?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I'm eating good today.
Yeah, you are eating good today. They're not endless, though.
Mm-mm.
So, I am sorry.
I feel at the restaurant they are, but...
Yeah. I mean, it's just a way to, like, get you to eat less food, I feel like. But they keep giving it away.
Well...
It's a baffling business model, I'm not gonna lie. Just give you endless breadsticks and salad. There you go.
For like $8 or something, right?
What I have to say is that whatever you're doing, Rookie, you're doing it right, because I presume you ate Olive Garden on a Wednesday night, and that's pretty good living.
Yeah. Well, I felt bad for the lady, though, because we did takeout, and it was pouring. And you know how you can park in the parking lot, and you just, like, check in and... it was, like, pouring rain. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I saw her walking around. She was wet. And then when she brought us our food, I'm just like... I wanted to give her a cash tip because I didn't know if the tip on the receipt goes to her.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't think she gets all this money. So I just tipped, normal. But then my wife was like, that she gets all the tip. I was like, damn it.
So you probably gave her like $12.
I gave her something like it was like maybe 10% because it's takeout. So I'm like, I just you don't tip.
You brought it to the car.
Yeah.
She gets a little extra something for running on the rain.
But if I knew she got the whole thing, I would have gave her more. But I felt bad. I'm like, I can't go back to that Olive Garden now.
Well, you better enjoy that chicken scampi. It's the last one you'll ever have.
Nice.
Well, did she have an umbrella though?
No
No
umbrella.
umbrella?
Yeah, no umbrella. She was like just dripping. It was like
I feel like that's worth the extra tip at that point.
Yeah, that's hazard tip right there.
Why did the restaurant not give her an umbrella? I feel like if I owned the restaurant, I'd be like, yeah, we have Carside to go. Here's an umbrella if it rains.
At one point, she just kind of like accepted it and was like moving slower. But when we first got there, she was running around.
She's like, sprint. Oh, never mind.
So it's not getting any better. So
I will say Olive Garden does ambiance the right way, though. It always, like, no matter which one you go into, it's got a great ambiance,
I don't really eat Olive Garden.
Oh yeah, it's like gluten city.
Yeah, gluten city.
Everything.
Probably have the salad. Just eat endless salad.
Yeah.
We can't have the salad without the breadsticks.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
It's like I can either go to Olive Garden and get poisoning, or I can not go to Olive Garden.
So, I have a theory about Olive Garden.
Okay.
No one's around. So
why is that the first thing they at the preference?
Because it's I don't like if people are eating, I don't want them to hear this, but like, why is it that like if you're sitting in an Olive Garden, and if you haven't been, have you sat in an Olive Garden recently? Is it just me, or does it seem like everyone that walks out of an Olive Garden seems like they really have to fart?
I've never actually paid attention. I'm going to pay attention.
I don't go to Olive Garden. I can't verify.
I feel like everyone like that walks out, like they roll out of there. You know what I mean? Like you don't walk out of Olive Garden, you roll out of Olive Garden.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. Just an observation.
I'll be on the lookout.
All right.
I'll be watching.
I'm still not going to go to Olive Garden. I don't care how many breadsticks you put in front of me.
Well, Ricky's been a long overdue guest, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Glad to have you here.
And this is, I think this is...
does smell really good, I'm not going to lie. It's a very good smell, scampi.
Is this formally our anniversary episode?
No, that should come out tomorrow.
Oh, that was last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. So we celebrated our 1 year anniversary last week.
Has it been that long?
1 year of us just goofing around.
Yeah.
Wasting the time of our coworkers.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Don't congratulate us. Don't encourage this podcast.
I mean, you guys made it this far, so
We've made $11.
Is that how much is in the account?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
it's something, man.
We didn't read the contract whatsoever.
So about $1 a month, almost.
Pretty much. They were like, we pay you $0.015 per ad listed, and I was like, oh.
So we get
after we signed on to it, we're like, well, that was useless to us.
We basically get each 12.5 cents per episode.
Hey, 12.5 cents over what, 1 million episodes?
We'll really be making.
Yeah, there you
We're
go.
just gonna keep going, otherwise we won't break even.
I'm not doing the math on how many weeks a million is.
Yeah.
Like this is in the red.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
away.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Just kind of says something because we both work kind of like in. Well, all three of us work in kind of financial sectors of the company.
Yeah. And I think, well, this is probably I guess this would be the third time that we've had a fellow team member,
Yeah,
right?
that sounds
Like
right.
a fellow immediate team member.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, everybody's a team in the family here at this company.
Yes,
That's right.
yes, but like immediate
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Immediate team.
Yeah. Not cousins, but
We're a
brothers.
family. Cousins. Some weird uncles that we try not to invite to Christmas.
Yep. I see that. The one uncle that gets too drunk or something. Yeah. Can't have him there.
Your one aunt that's a complete Karen.
Yep.
Mm. Very true. You have one of those?
Man, I have a lot of those uncles and aunts. No offense to my aunts and uncles that aren't listening to this. That can't be. It's all family. I mean, like, I don't know, I feel like everybody that came to my wedding was well behaved.
Mm.
We behave at events, behind the scenes.
It's behind closed doors, not
Behind
not amongst open.
No, that would have been insane. I would have been like, oh, why did I invite you?
Did you have an open bar at your wedding, or?
Yeah, I did.
And everyone behaved.
For the most part, I mean, I was busy.
Yeah.
doing other
Yeah. You
things.
usually are.
I didn't really get to
preoccupied and
do
everything.
much at the wedding occasionally. Other than say hi to everybody, thanks for coming. Take a bunch of photos and be told, go over here. It's like, okay.
It's funny, during my wedding, all I wanted to do was like kind of like party and stuff, but you don't get to do that. And you're
you
just
don't.
like, you're pulled in all different directions,
Yeah.
and then you get like the last hour. All right, now you can do what you want.
Yeah, pretty much the last hour, last 30 minutes is like, okay, time to cram this in.
Yep.
Half my guests are gone. Cool. Excuse me. And I'm going to go hit my own open bar that I haven't had anything from.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely like, I don't know. For me, I remember like different like moments, but between those moments, like I couldn't tell you like what
Yeah.
occurred. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was like you were saying, Ricky, like pictures and talking to this person, that person, but like there were like more prominent moments of like, okay, I remember this and this, but like, did that really take up 6 hours? You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all the stuff in between is kind of lost.
I think it got better for me when the photographer left. I was like, okay, cool.
Really?
Now we have less stuff. Yeah, because we had the photographer come earlier.
Okay.
Just quote unquote spend more time with our guests, and that didn't happen anyway. Because, yeah, you're busy.
Mm.
It's a big party that you're too busy to enjoy. Until about the last hour, then it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good time. It was a nice party.
It was a real nice event. Classy event.
Classy event.
Classy event.
I only throw the classiest of events with my father-in-law's money. Shout out to him. I could not have afforded that. We would have been in the field with a food truck.
Your weddings are expensive, man.
Yeah,
It's
they were
just-
a rip-off on how expensive
But
they
really, I mean, looking back, like, I'm glad we like spent how much we did because we had a good time.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I'm like, that was too much money. Like, we could have used that for a house. We could have bought a house earlier. We could have done this earlier. So many more things we could have done. But
Yeah, I mean, like, with the budget we had, he was like, anything left over, y'all can put towards the house. And, like, a month into planning it, in this,
It was spent.
I was like, there's not going to be anything left
Yeah.
over. And I was just like, yeah, it was a great party, great time. I'm glad everybody got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
If I do it all over again, I'll probably go with a smaller venue
Yeah.
and gone cheaper.
It's almost like logic does not exist in wedding planning from a cost standpoint. Because it's all like the whole thing's an emotional purchase,
Yep.
right? Like
and they know that.
Oh,
People know that,
absolutely.
so they're gonna take advantage of it.
Oh yeah.
Upcharge you like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like when we're doing stuff, I was like, hey, call people and tell them it's not a wedding, just tell them it's an event.
Mm-hmm.
And see if you get a better price. And we did on some things, like flowers and stuff. They were
Really?
Like, yeah. It was like significantly cheaper.
So they really upcharge. For
Oh, yeah,
weddings?
100%. If you say
Wow.
wedding, it's like a tack on $1,000 right there.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And if we all write our congressman, maybe we can get something done about this. I don't think they have anything
I
else
doubt
going on
it,
at the
but-
moment.
Excuse me. I'll tell you what though. I would never in a million years want the job of a wedding planner.
Oh God, no, man.
Or like I don't know. Like I know everyone has their own thing and enjoys different things from a professional work standpoint, but I just don't see the fun in that. Even it seems painful.
It is,
I'm sure.
Even not even wedding planner, just day of coordinator.
Oh yeah.
Like we plan ours. Like I would not want to be that one person that has to figure it all out that one day.
Yeah.
They're telling you where to walk, where to sit, everything. Yeah. So if they mess up, then you're gonna be mad at them.
That's right.
It's just like it's a hard job.
Now I will tell you what job I would love to have is owning the venue, because oh my God, you racking money.
Yes.
When we were touring for like to check out like wedding venues, we stopped at this one woman's house, which was like an old lady. It was literally her backyard, and to her credit, it was a nice backyard.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a dingy backyard. But it was literally like her backyard that she put a pavilion on and rigged up with speakers and stuff. It was done well. I'm not trying to slight this old lady. Mm-hmm. She did a good job with what she had. Mm-hmm. She had places set up for photo op. It was like a half acre. But it was like $15,000 to use it for the day.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, this woman makes absolute bank on this.
Yeah.
Wow. That's insane.
And the place I went with was even cheaper, but that was expensive too.
Was that was just for the venue, like nothing included?
Nothing else. Yep. And like, she was actually lower than a lot of places.
Where'd you guys get married?
Lewis and Ginter Botanical Garden.
Oh, okay.
It was alright.
Yeah,
nice.
My cousin got married there.
It's very nice. Mm-hmm. Cheap place to get married in the area, ish. Quotation marks.
Right.
Depends on what size, what part of the garden you're in. Mm. But yeah.
It's really counterintuitive that weddings are so expensive because, like, you're just starting out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, it just creates a lot of, like, undue pressure.
Yeah. Well, even, like, so we had to get married by an officiant who was not our officiant because we used my grandfather, and he's not ordained or anything. In the state of Virginia, it's, like, the hardest state in the country to get ordained to perform a wedding for some god-awful reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We're the worst one out of all the states. You would think it would be like somewhere in the deep south would be worse, but no, it's us. And like even then, we had to pay the woman like $200 for like a quick 30-minute in and out wedding sign though.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a racket.
I think ours was $600, and he took like 15 minutes, and I was just like, wow.
Now, to their credit, they gave me like 200 photos that the guy shot in his backyard as did it.
I remember.
Which was funny.
This is a really funny story.
That was fine. But I already told that story.
Yeah. On the
probably like doing that
4 or 5 episodes ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember.
Something like that.
June, whatever June was.
Yeah.
Probably in the month of June.
Yeah.
Early June.
Yeah.
I think it was
Hey, what month is June in?
June. Should we get the show started?
Yeah, we should probably start the show.
Let's do it.
Warning! You are about to start listening to Punch the Clock, a podcast hosted by 3 self-proclaimed cooperate professionals, Marshall, Justin, and Noel, recorded entirely in their company's break room. Marshall claims to be the perfect man, but if that's his idea of perfection, I'd hate to see what imperfect is. Justin claims to be Will Arnett's best friend. However, a restraining order says otherwise. And Noelle believes she is a Disney princess. But we've never seen a crown. Finally, warning, please leave the show now before the podcast starts. In 3, 2, 1...
Hey, welcome to Punch the Clock, the only podcast that doesn't recommend you get married. I'm your host, Marshall.
Save your money. And I'm Justin.
We're joined today by our guest and from our department, Ricky.
Hey, guys.
Welcome.
How's it going, Ricky?
Thank you.
And we're missing Noelle. She's in quarantine.
Yeah, her husband caught the COVIDs.
Oof.
So, out of everybody on the show, your boy's the only one who hasn't caught COVID. And that was right next to my wife.
You had it?
I had it last year, the Delta.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, you were talking about that yesterday. Yeah.
The deadly version.
Ooh.
But I mean, I really didn't have any symptoms, just...
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hit people our age as bad, thankfully.
Yeah, I had
just children and seniors and immunocompromised. I said
just everybody else.
Everybody else. We're fine.
The ideal age to catch COVID is between the ages of 28 and 34.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think she told me she hasn't caught it yet. So I say yeah because she is in the house with her husband.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't
catch it, and I was 6 inches away from my wife the whole time.
That's a miracle, man.
It wasn't like I was refusing to leave her side; she just refused to leave mine.
No, that's how it was for me. My wife would not like sleep in a different room, and she was pregnant at the time. So I was just like, can you please get away from me? And she just wouldn't do it, and she didn't get it. So I don't know. Wow. I don't know how, but
that's we didn't have a different room. I guess I could have slept on the couch, but I was just in my mind. I was like, COVID's not as bad as sleeping on the couch for some reason.
So when my wife got it first, and I was like, she was quarantined in her bedroom, so I was sleeping in a different room. And I was bringing every meal up to the room. So by the time she was done, there was like a dishwasher's full of dishes to bring down, just from the bowls and the spoons and the plates. And I should have got smart and used like disposable and a garbage bag or something. But I wasn't. I didn't have that planned out.
Please tell me you at least did the dishes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I took care of it all. Yeah.
She gets better. It's like, surprise! I didn't know how to work this machine. I'm sorry. Just press the start button, Justin.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many dishes two people could make.
It adds up
preaching
quick.
to the choir.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
At the end of the day, you look at the sink, and it's all bowls and cups and stuff, and you're just like, what? What?
With the way, like, my wife cooks, bowls everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm much better, but I like to believe there's one less bowl.
Right. I'll look and I'll be like, that's not mine. That's not mine. These are all yours. What? This is not mine.
I cook like a whirlwind in the kitchen, and everything's all over the place.
Yeah.
But I hope you enjoy the meal, honey, because it's your turn to cook.
Yeah. Well, hey, speaking of kitchens, quick callback to last week's episode where I was gifted a commercial meat slicer.
Yeah.
So last week I went home with it, and over the weekend I sliced up some ham, and I'll post some pictures to the Facebook page. But it was delicious. Had a little ham, egg, and cheese on Saturday morning, and it was awesome. So got to get some more meat, slice it up.
I showed my wife the one you got, and now she wants one for some reason.
Really?
And I'm like, why?
Wait, do you have a Facebook page for this podcast or for your slicer?
Okay. Well, soon we're about to have both.
That is a very, very good idea.
Please do, Justin.
What should I name it? Hang on, what should I name it? We need a name for this, because that is a genius idea.
Slice of something.
Maybe
Justin's Fine Meats.
Maybe I'll call it Ye Old...
Slicery?
Ye Old Delicatessen.
That could work.
Yeah. I feel like you're going to run into some licensing problems with other shops.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want to do some research first.
Justin's Slicing Corner.
Nice.
Or just Slicing Dad. Though actually, that one sounds really murderous. Yeah, Dads Who Slice. Just start a group for dads with deli machines.
Dads who enjoy fine deli meat.
I would stick with Dads Who Slice. That one's awesome.
And the description is, this group is for dads who enjoy fine deli meat.
Yeah, perfect. You nailed it, bud.
That's awesome.
Oh, man.
That's why Ricky was waiting so long to get on the show, because he had such good content to deliver.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. The whole 4 hours I had today, I was like, what can I talk about?
He's just waiting for the right time.
Yeah. Oh, we just tell everybody not to worry about it. We'll figure it out as we go. Fun fact for everybody listening home, this whole show is ad-libbed most of the time. Yeah. On the spot. Live in front of a studio audience. We got to deal with NBC. They're desperate. Peacock is not doing well.
Is it not doing well?
I have no idea. I can't tell you. I'm not watching Peacock, are you?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know anyone that is.
Yeah, who's watching Peacock? It's free, and I won't watch it.
But stuff like you got to pay for.
Yeah,
like the later episodes of Parks and Rec.
Yeah, it's a weird model.
I think that's still paid for.
I think it's like some sort of Tesla Waters for free, and then we'll get you to pay that way. It's not for me.
The Office is on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But it's also like, so I was actually on the verge of subscribing to Peacock because I love just watching The Office or having it on the background. But it's basically on TV all the time now.
Yeah, it's on Comedy Central like 24/7.
Yeah.
And Freeform too. Has it?
Yeah,
Freeform.
exactly. Yeah. So
No, I don't watch cable. I have it, but I don't watch it. Came with the apartment.
Yeah, we don't watch it a lot, but when I want to watch it, it's nice to have it. So,
See, the only thing I'm nostalgic for cable is like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna have this memory who grew up in their age group. Is on the weekend you'd walk by during the middle of the day, like on Saturday or Sunday, and like someone is watching like a movie in the living room, like say it's The Matrix or whatever, and you walk up, you stand behind the couch and you're like, oh, what you watching? And then you watch like 10 minutes of the movie and then you move on to go do something else.
while continuing to stand.
So did you want to sit down and watch a movie? No, I'm fine.
yeah.
And then you walk off.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which I feel like The Matrix is the perfect movie to watch. Just watch as you're walking around places.
I've actually never seen The Matrix.
Really? I don't think it would hold up today.
Really?
I
I've
mean,
heard it was a good movie.
It was a good movie for 1999.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that when that came out?
I don't know if it would hold up to today's standards, but yeah, it was 99, right? 2000 maybe.
Probably something like that.
I know it's when floppy disks were around.
Let's give it a goog.
Anyway, while you do that, Ricky, we have all our new guests on the show rate us as coworkers. So on a scale out of 1 to 7, how would you rate us as coworkers?
So what am I rating? Performance or just being around
gut
you?
feel,
Or
like, whatever you want to rate us as.
can I give the same ratings, or does it have to be
You can do
individual?
an individual. You can give a group rating. Group
So
rating.
one rating for both of you.
Oh, if you want to. We divide it in half.
So is one good or one bad?
A one is bad.
Okay.
7 is the best.
I mean, do I really have a? I have to say 7 because if I say anything else,
I mean, I got a 3
that's just
one
gonna be
time.
awkward, right?
Hey, we've gotten it all.
We've
So
gotten literally every rating.
Don't feel like you're going to offend.
But why are people like docking you guys? What's the reason for below 7?
What was it?
Basically, high standards and using someone as a yardstick.
Eric, in his case, docked us points for not giving out goodie bags like Noel does for holidays.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna. I mean,
But it's
I think
based
Aaron
on.
docked me 3 points for even asking the question.
Yeah, she's like,
That
and then,
was funny.
and then asked the follow up question. She's like, okay, yep, reduced even by another point.
okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think she might have given us like 4s or something like that.
Whatever standard you use.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say for now, this can change. I will say 7, just because when I need something from either of you guys always respond to me. So
Nice.
Hey,
Yeah.
low bar,
Hey.
we cleared it.
Yep.
Sweet.
But that can change, so you gotta
man.
stay on your feet.
So our score is a living score throughout the episode.
Yes.
7 lives and
Let us
dies
know
on
when
a
we
string.
let us know when we let us know when we lose points, and we'll tally them up at the end.
This is an asterisk because equals we can lose this.
I feel like he needs to be docked a point for writing this down.
Hey, I mean, well, next time we meet, I'll let you know.
Okay.
You're good right now. You're good right now.
And that'll be the end of the show today.
All right, if you could put in a good word with our boss, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, I got you guys.
Okay,
Nice.
that's good. That's good. I forgot what I was going to say. I got hung up on the last thing.
So any listener mail or
No, there we go.
cool,
Thank you. Yeah. We do have one listener mail, and if you want your question read off on the show and get advice from us, our email is punchtheclocks@gmail.com. That's again, punchtheclocks@gmail.com. Because after all, this is an advice show. Apparently. / variety hour, I don't know. Okay, here we go. This one's called Coworker Quit. Dear boys, Noel, and guest. I have a coworker I absolutely hate. What is the creative ways would you use to get them to quit? Thanks, Quitter in Oregon.
Is this in your way, Ricky?
No, we're good.
Are you sure?
We're good, yeah.
You sure you
I
don't
can
want us
move
to
it the other way.
Yeah, no. This.
Really trying to hold into that 7, huh?
What's that? Oh, just making sure you're comfortable.
Oh yeah.
And
Can we get you a pillow?
You're doing a good job.
I feel like Ricky's holding us hostage here.
Would you like ownership of this podcast?
Maybe. We'll talk about it later.
Just on the whim, transfer 100% ownership over to Ricky.
Oh my gosh. So
All, what was it? $11? $12?
All $12.
all 12
And all of our
all
calls.
shares.
All at once?
All at once.
Oof.
We have 3 shares. And multiple violations. With gap rules.
So we're trying to get someone to quit.
Yeah, they hate their coworker. They want to get them to quit. There was no information on what the coworker did, so I don't know if the coworker deserves this or not. But
So here's the solution.
that's not our problem.
Here's the solution. So they hate their coworker. They want the coworker to quit.
Yeah.
Right. So what they do is they forge a resignation letter and put it on their boss's desk. Boom.
Okay. Well,
That could work.
I don't feel like that person quit in that case, but yeah, I like it.
I mean,
Do you think they're going to be too embarrassed to admit that they didn't do it?
it would really create a I don't know if that's the appropriate way to say quagmire, because the boss would be like, "What is this?" And then they're gonna be called liar because they're gonna have
I
to
didn't put in
defend
resignation.
it, and then they're gonna be it's gonna create like a whole mess.
I feel like this is just going to backfire and get someone fired, though.
It could.
That could happen too.
Yeah.
You're right.
They trace it back to your computer and be like, all right, we're firing you. I would say move all their stuff 1 inch to the left every day when they're not there. Eventually, they'll end up in the corner. I just realized I don't know why this would make you quit.
So we want to make sure that we're not gonna bully the person, right?
I feel like that'd be easier.
Yeah, you probably have to.
I mean, if we're going the immoral route, just bully them until they quit, I guess.
I mean, or you can say, look,
Here on this podcast, we condone bullying.
I think
Bully me for mispronouncing bullying.
it depends what kind of relationship they have with them. They could basically say,
Well,
look,
they hate them. We know that much.
they could be really conniving and say, look, you know what? I'm going to sign on and proactively be your coach and give them just absolutely awful advice. And the advice is to quit this job and go take another.
Okay, working off that, here's what you do. You get a fake job posting, and you pretend to be a recruiter. You fish them with an email being
Yes.
with an offer they can't refuse for their same position and everything. Call them up, get an interview, offer them the job.
Ooh.
Then when they resign and quit, hey, guess what? Job didn't exist ever.
There we
That
go.
is-
There we
You're
go.
going to have to
Genius.
hire an actor at some point, though.
There we go.
That's genius.
That's
I don't
it.
think. I think that'll
Or
work.
fishing, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fishing.
fishing expedition. I like that.
Fishing expedition.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good call.
Now, they could probably come back and say, yeah, the job didn't pan out, depending on how much everybody else liked them, though.
That's awesome. That's a good one. But yeah, you're gonna have to do something you're gonna have to find someone to do an interview.
Yeah.
Even if it's over Zoom or something.
Yep. Ricky, what you got? How do we make this person quit?
I don't know how to top that one. I think that's probably the best one. But
we
I
don't
was
have to
gonna
top
say maybe start a rumor about them or something.
Start a rumor.
That is extremely embarrassing, and they can't live with it, and they'll have to quit.
What rumor would you use, though?
That's gotta be something pretty aggressive.
Yeah, it's gotta be bad.
It's got to be a very aggressive rumor. They're living out of their cubicle.
They have a pet rat in their desk.
Pet rat on their desk.
That's easy to prove or disprove though.
Yeah. Just think of whatever you would do in high school to start a rumor. To use that. Tell everybody they're homeschooled. I don't know. I ever tell you all that?
What's
Someone in high school, the dumbest rumor I ever heard about myself was someone spread a rumor that I was currently being homeschooled
While you're in school.
while I was in the high school, and someone came up and asked me, and I was like, no, clearly.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That's a weird
How's that a good
Not,
rumor anyway?
not
That's
like
awful.
in the past I was or anything. I would have understood that one, but currently I was being homeschooled. I'm like, guys, I'm literally in the school.
Yeah.
We didn't have that many smart people in my school.
Yeah, Yeah, that's a rough one.
I had not had the best GPA, and I still made it in the top 100 in my school out of like 700 people.
Nice.
Not really. I was like 2.9 at best.
Oh, wow.
It was a bad school.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's not very good.
No. Your boys floating to the top. Minimum effort. College is like, you want to come? You're doing great for your school environment. I'm like, I guess.
Relative to my peers.
How do we get these people to quit?
I think the fishing one's the best one.
I don't think you
Sneak
stop.
peanuts.
It's the least invasive. You know what I mean?
But yet still criminal, probably.
Oh, absolutely. Especially
Yeah,
if
that's
you're-
definitely fraud, right?
I mean,
It's very
It depends.
premeditated,
It's
like
very
Yeah.
premeditated.
very
Yeah.
thought about.
yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily a crime.
I feel like it's a financial crime in some aspect.
I mean,
it's not perjury.
It's fraudulent,
It's definitely fraudulent.
but if you're not like extorting money, then,
Doing the opposite, really.
then I mean, maybe you have a case for damages and lost wages, like if you quit your job because of this. But I mean, I don't know if a judge is gonna. They're gonna be like, the judge is gonna be like, you're an idiot, quitting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got two more. Have a romantic fling with them, and then dump them really hard.
Assuming
They'll
that
quit
it's,
from the pain of being around you.
assuming that it's of
Here's attraction.
right.
Look, I'm spitballing.
But like, I mean, if your company has a policy where you have to disclose that, then is that really worth it?
Like sometimes the forbidden candy is the best candy. Oh wait, fruit. Fruit is the slang. Fruit am I so bad today? Listeners, please write in and bully me for all the mistakes I've been saying today. Don't let this stand. Get yourself a promotion to their boss. You're gonna have to work really hard and play the long game on this one. Mm-hmm. As soon as you're hired to that boss, fire that person immediately. Oh wait, they're not really quitting in that case.
Yeah.
I guess you could just make their life hell as their boss until they quit.
Yeah, but that's bad karma though. Like you want to avoid something that's like really bad karma. You know what I mean?
But in the end, you're making them quit anyway, so
Yeah.
you're kind of not doing a very good
Yeah, we're
thing
kind of already in the bad
anyway.
karma. Look, we've already crossed the bad karma line. Let's just play in this pool, bud. Just play with us, Justin. It's
All
more
right,
fun when you play with
All
us.
right. I mean,
Well, in Justin's case, we could just rub like peanut dust all over his desk so he has mild allergic reactions until he quits.
That might be a crime.
that's criminal.
That's possibly murder.
Yeah, that's criminal.
Potentially,
right
yes.
there. Yeah.
Not my fault. You can be taken down with a peanut.
Man, I mean,
I don't know.
maybe
I feel like we've hit a couple good ones now.
you could so this would be like pretty brutal, but like you could go on like their Facebook or social media and pull pictures that were like from like years ago that are like super embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
And like
Yeah.
print them out and like put them on their desk or something.
Just Photoshop their head onto embarrassing photos.
You could do
Place
that
them all
too.
over the office.
Put them under other people's desks for them to see.
Yeah.
I'm a little
was like,
ashamed at
what's
how
this?
good we are at bullying this coworker.
I know this is pretty bad.
We're very good at it. Are we the bullies all along?
Could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard without being mean. Like, you're gonna have to be
yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be very underhanded for this.
Yeah.
Just really not sure what the end goal is. They're gonna get the person to quit. We
So,
get someone
like-
who's worse.
Like, yeah. Well, like, what happens after that then?
Yeah. What's the end goal here, listener?
Yeah.
No, screw you, Ryder. We're not helping you anymore.
Stop listening to our show.
Well, we still need listenership, but otherwise we don't get that penny. Y'all ever quit a job? Like have a bad job and just quit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Not.
Like a good story behind it, or?
Well, we talked about it briefly a couple days ago. Remember when
yeah,
you
yeah.
said, "Have you ever had two jobs?"
Oh
And
yeah.
This is when I was younger and in college still, and I decided I just wanted to make a little more money. So I was working at a pharmacy as my like normal part-time job, and then Amazon was hiring. You know, this is when Amazon was first coming around with their warehouses like everywhere, and they were hiring, and I was like, oh, that's good money. Like, what was that? Like 10 years ago, that was like good money, and I was like, let me go apply. And I saw everyone gets the job. You know, it's hard to not get that job, but I showed up for the training. My shift was like a 4 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift.
Oh, wow.
Jesus.
So, and it was like 4 days a week, I think, 4 on, 3 off. And I showed up, and immediately, like within 30 minutes, I was like, I'm not coming back tomorrow.
Really?
Because it was just horrible. I was already tired because I had spent like the whole day at school. And then I showed up, and
then you had to do the overnight.
Had to do all that stuff. It was like so much work and hot, and just...
I don't put air conditioning in there?
No, the warehouses don't have AC.
And they're probably pretty big warehouses.
They're huge. And then you get like a 15-minute break, but it takes you like almost 10 minutes to walk to the break room. So you're better off just staying where you are and just not working.
Oh my god.
So that night, finished my shift up. I just didn't show up the next day.
This sucks. I'm out.
Yep.
Yeah. There was times I wish I could do that, but I didn't have anything to like fall back on. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there was one where I was about to quit. And it was like a temp job because the owner was just every stereotype of a bad owner you could be of a company. Like his manager, like it was a small company. His manager, he was dating.
Ooh.
Yeah, strike while he was flirting with the woman who does our accounting looks.
Oh my god.
To the point where she eventually quit and was like, I'm not dealing with you.
Yeah.
Harassing. He would scream at people because of things that he forgot. Like just think every bad characteristic in a manager you don't want.
Yeah.
That was this guy. And I came home one day, I told my wife, I'm like, I'm going to quit tomorrow. I can't do this anymore. And I get a call from temp agency. He's like, so they've let you go. And I was like, okay. We're sorry. I'm like, don't be.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We have a new job lined up for you next week. I was like, cool.
That's awesome.
That was nice. No, that was miserable. It was like an import dealer. Like he would import like wholesale items for like novelty shops. Yeah, that guy did not know how to run a business. And I'm very surprised if he would still be in business today.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you put sales in charge of a company. Like he could sell. That was about all he could do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was one of those where I wanted to just walk out that day. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, my first job out of college was like that. I just didn't have anything to fall back on, so I had to go back because there was nothing else, you know. Probably took me like 2.5 years to find something else.
Really?
But, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they don't prepare you enough in college if you don't get a job immediately. Of how long it actually does take you to get a job. Like if you don't get one of those job fairs, good luck to you.
Process, yeah.
It is tough.
Yeah.
It took me like a full year, I think, before I found this place.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I worked at a bunch of other like temp jobs.
Yeah.
I worked some weird stuff though. Like I worked at one where it was like medical transcribing. Like I had no experience in the medical field, but they were like, you can go transcribe your temp, go do that.
You just like listen to stuff?
No, I would take these records for the 70s and I'd have to write them down and put them in alphabetical order and then reorganize them because they were moving facilities.
Oh my god.
And then that became a labor job of move all these boxes out of the facility.
Jeez.
But the place was like in the basement of a former morgue that was now a blood plasma place.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I've never seen a creepier building in my life or
Really?
a creepier basement.
I think like with some like jobs like that, they do such an awful job at like advertising and even interviewing to like what the job is. And then like you get there and they're like, okay, yeah, move these boxes, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah. Like why your calling is audible? Like you did not like you conveniently left that part out of the job.
They're like, you'll be transcribing stuff into a computer. There was no computer. It was all by hand on paper.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not remotely close, but I needed the money. I was like, whatever, I'm not above this.
Yeah.
And the woman who was the temp, who was the manager temp, like fired the person every single day.
Jeez.
So I feel like over 50 temps in the time I was there, and they were doing it before I was there.
Like, so do you think, like, I believe a lot in the whole theory of like doing something over and over again and expecting something different, like a different result. like, if you have someone like that that's firing a temp every day, wouldn't you think that person doing the firing is the problem?
To a certain point, she was. Some
Right.
of those temps were very awful.
Yeah.
We had one that came in stoned out of their mind and fell asleep.
Well, that's different.
That was not the only person who did that either. Was the funnier thing. It's like, wow, we're getting some really low grade people here.
Yeah.
So shout out to Robert Half. If you need a temp. Oh man, we're gonna get sued in like 5 years from now.
Someone's scouring the internet for infringement. That's awesome. They could take all $11.
Yeah. Somebody's going to want to be working with you, and they're like, how do I get this guy fired? And they're going to find this podcast.
That's right.
Like, look.
I fall for my own blunder.
Yeah.
Classic blunder.
Jeez. So I have a theory on something, because this happened to me just earlier this week. Like, there are some moments where, like, I cannot understand what someone is saying, and I've got to ask them. And not that I don't hear them, but like I just don't understand like what they're saying, and not that that's happening here.
Hey, look, we're getting casino.
2024.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Virginia gets casino. Sorry, I got distracted by the shiny thing.
And so I have a theory that, like, we're using earbuds more and more, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like the clarity in that is so good that we're used to hearing such clear, crisp, like, dialogue, that when it comes to something that's not so clear and crisp, like, I just don't, like, I'm just not, like, absorbing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that...
No, for sure.
I guess that makes sense.
I'm definitely having... I don't know if that's just because I'm getting old or what, but
Yeah,
like, I'm definitely having a harder time understanding.
You too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was getting my physical the other day. I literally asked this lady to repeat herself like 5 times because she was asking me a question, and I got the first 3/4 of it, and the answer was no. But then she said something at the end, and I'm like, I'm not going to act like I know what she was asking, because if it's something that can change my answer, I want to make sure I'm clear on that.
Right.
Be like, have you had cancer recently? Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? And then when I finally understood what she was saying, I had to overemphasize the word, and that I was trying to clarify that. You know what I mean? So I spent like 30 not 30 seconds, but maybe like 10 seconds saying, oh, that's what you were saying, and just socially to like make that okay. And
Sir, are you aware this is a Wendy's? Sir, are you aware this is a Wendy's? What?
But that
I don't have a heart history.
But yeah, I'm with you, Ricky. I don't know if it's because like I'm getting older, or just like we're getting used to like different like levels of clarity.
The noise cancellation and headphones and stuff.
Exactly. Like we're being trained.
See, for me, it happens if I'm like thinking about something else or trying to work out a different problem in my head, and then someone saw me, and then I'm like, "Oh wait, what? I was supposed to be paying attention to this part."
Not me, bud. Sorry.
So do you have a hard time like once somebody starts talking, like paying attention to them talk?
Sometimes depends on how long the conversation is.
Yeah. So you like zone out.
Like say I'm in a lecture and someone's lecturing me like in a like in a college setting.
Yeah.
10 minutes in the class, I've been zoned out.
I think a lot of people are like that.
My whole college career, my whole college career was me just learning it after the classroom, being like, there was parts I remember, and then being a whole desk of like notes I've taken, and been like, I didn't pay attention to anything I wrote down.
Yeah.
It helped me to record the lectures on my phone, like the voice memos.
Yeah.
And then I could go back, so I could just focus on taking the notes and then go back and
fill in the
relearn
gaps and stuff. Yeah.
I'd also have a problem where if I tried to read a page of a textbook, I would read it 5 times before I finally comprehended it.
Oh, yeah.
And it would take me like over an hour to read like 5 pages because I just could not focus on what boring stuff was in the textbook.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, it used to take me forever to like study for that reason, because I'd have to read it 5-6 times.
It's like generally accepted accounting principles are what? And I'm like, I gotta read that again.
Yeah.
Just zoned out, thinking about everything else.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't been in the formal classroom in probably like 10 years. How about you guys?
Almost 10 years.
Probably about 10 years. Yeah. It's like that, or like if a meeting doesn't pertain to me or my department, and we're in there, sometimes that'll happen to me too. And then I'll just float back in,
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like just listening in and then you start doing other
it's like
stuff.
one of those ones where you're just listening in. It's like, okay, this is an update for a different department. You're doing typing. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody does that one though, so I don't think it's exclusive to me.
Yeah. Nice. So how we doing, Ricky? Still at the 7 level? Just doing
You want
a quick
doctrine points for
check-in?
not paying attention.
I'm gonna keep you guys on edge.
You'll let us know in like 12 minutes?
Yep.
That's the best way to do this.
Right, 10 minutes.
So we should probably move on to today's debate though.
Oh, yeah, jeez.
So welcome to today's Debate Me Cat. As always, our guest picks the topic, and Ricky picked. Shoot, I forgot what Ricky picked. It was how would you survive a zombie apocalypse? Sorry.
Yes. Yep.
And let us consult the wheel to see who gets to go first.
How would you survive?
A zombie apocalypse. I had the wheel on here, but I can't find it. Oh no! I'll just make one real quick. Ricky, you can be number 1.
Okay.
Justin, you're number 2.
Nice.
And I'll be number 3. Wild if I said any other number, right?
6.
Alright, let's have a spin. We'll just go with whatever's closest. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just land on Justin immediately.
Nice, okay.
How would you survive a zombie apocalypse, Justin?
Here's
to explain this to Ricky and everybody else at home, how this works is we each debate, and then at the end of it, we're all going to vote on someone else's idea of who we thought won. So no voting for yourself.
Hopefully you don't say what I'm thinking, but
Okay.
we'll see.
So I'm gonna think of this as my premise for my answer, right? So the simple answer to the question is I'm not. How would I survive the zombie
Pessimism.
apocalypse? I would not. Yeah. Because look, like if the zombies have done this apocalypse, and now going forward, like nothing's gonna ever go back to what
Like
life was at before the ZA, we'll call it zombie apocalypse.
ZA.
So that'll be like the new AD ZA
event.
So the ZA event, since nothing will go back to AD, I'm just gonna. Here you go, buddy. And
Just roll over.
I'm just gonna roll over because you know what? Like, there's no point at that. There's not gonna be nothing to enjoy. So
Just survival.
just gonna roll
Trying
over.
to not die.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought about how we would go from BC to AD to
ZA. I'm going back to. If I can't go back to AD, then ZA ain't for me.
Before Common
Write
Era,
that down,
Common
write
Era, Zombie Era.
So that's
Your
my
plans to
submission.
die. Okay, noble.
That's my submission.
Let's see. Laying on you again, Justin. Let's try the wheel again. I could have just taken you off the wheel. That would have been smart. Alright, so 3 was me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my original idea was very similar to Justin's. My plan was just to be patient 0 and beat the original
Oh,
zombie.
ooh,
Nice.
That's a good take.
Just go ahead, make sure, you see me, I walk into work, I'm falling apart, you're like, you look sick, and then I just bite you.
So you are the.
I am the apocalypse in this scenario. Because really, who is a better patient 0 than me?
You are.
Think about it.
Unless someone gives you bread.
Imagine I'm like the yeah, defeated by bread.
So what if? Okay.
All zombies are gluten intolerant now.
What if your first victim, right? So you're kicking off this whole thing, and this can change the course of all of ZA, right?
Yeah.
This is what makes ZA occur or AD continue, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's me.
You bite someone that just finished a sub.
Oh no!
What happens? Do you get like
I just
like
die as a zombie
contact
immediately.
effect by that?
My heart explodes, or no, I guess zombies would be the brain, right? Yeah, go for the brain. My brain just explodes, and zombie apocalypse is avoided.
So you could be the sacrificial one.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, hold up, y'all, I got the zombie disease. You'll be like, what? Just eat a sandwich and let me bite you. What?
So Marshall is actually going to save us.
In this scenario, I become the Christ figure. And then I rise again as a zombie.
That's right.
With my memories intact and be like, oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, there we go.
But I didn't have becoming a religious figure on my being.
Is that your submission?
I guess. Become zombie. Step 1, step 2, step 3, become a Christ figure.
Is that how you imagined this conversation to pan out?
It was not how I imagined this conversation panned out. I assumed I would just be patient 0 and I would eat everybody.
Justin with the curveball.
I just walk in and I'm like, hey, sorry about this. Moving on. Hey, sorry, next.
Humanity.
I become ground 0 and a religion springs up.
That would be truly, it wouldn't be AD anymore. It would be like...
After Marshall.
AM. That's awesome.
I wonder what we would call my religion. Church
I don't know,
Latter-day something.
There's bread in almost every religion, so...
In gluten we trust.
Gluten we trust.
It would be the first religion not centered around a meal.
Anti-religion.
Right.
Well, kind of like... It's really messed up to say. Kind of like I'm the Antichrist because if Jesus' body is bread, I'm exploding from bread.
Ooh, that's deep tie right there.
Oh man, there's a lot to unpack with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ricky, it's your go.
So, I had a much more long, drawn-out response to this.
Okay.
But I'm going to make some assumptions first.
Okay.
I'm going to assume these are the slow zombies.
Okay.
Because we have the fast zombies too. And
Sprinting zombies.
yeah, the fast zombies, I would probably take a rollover approach. Yeah, but the slow zombies, there's a chance, right?
Yeah, slow zombies, I feel like you could win.
Yeah. So my plan was to arm myself, first of all, right? Because you got to protect yourself.
Get the weapon.
Right.
Good step.
Yes. Then find the biggest vehicle possible.
Okay. Hummer. All right, let's
Hummer
go.
or some kind of like
Fire truck.
big truck or something, but not too big because it's gonna guzzle a lot of gas.
F-150.
Or F-350.
F-350.
One of those.
Yeah.
Raptor.
Raptor. Yes, that'll work. Then I was going to teach myself how to start a fire.
We're not looking this up
Fish.
before the collapse.
Before what? Oh, I'm going to learn on the go because there's slow zombies. I got time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got time. I'm going to assume there's no internet in Redmond because
I think it's better if there is still internet. You're just like slow zombies cross the room. You're like, how do I get this fire going? While they're just like shambling.
Hey, can you keep it down?
Hey.
I got it.
Man, I'm gonna have to move again.
Yeah. But to make a long story short, I'm going to learn a bunch of skills.
Okay.
Find a house, an abandoned house in the middle of the country, preferably with trees surrounding the structure, but not too close, because zombies can kind of blend in. So I'm going to need a few hundred yards away from the house, some trees.
Open field.
Yep, a pond or a lake or something with fish in it, so I can fish, which I'll have to teach myself first. Solar panels for electricity.
Makes sense.
Build a moat.
Build a moat.
Yep. With some kind of bridge system. I'm not an engineer, so I'm gonna have to learn. I'm gonna have to teach myself how to build some kind of a bridge.
Put a big hole around the house.
That can carry my F-450.
F-450.
But yeah, that's gonna be my approach, because then just pick off the zombies as they come.
So basically like an off-the-grid approach.
Yes, off the grid.
I gotcha.
I should have picked one of the castles that are in Virginia. Fun fact, there are castles in Virginia.
Where at?
Well, technically Maymont's a castle. But there's legitimate castles in Virginia. There's one kind of towards the eastern area of Virginia. I'll look it up later. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
No. Well, so these are
very
really good. This is a very good debate. So let me summarize it. We only have a couple minutes, and then we'll get into voting.
I'm going to spin the wheel, see who votes first.
So Ricky submitted last. He's going to assume slow zombies and take a off-the-grid approach to survival. Marshall is going to be the sacrificial one,
Patient Zero.
save humanity, and will enter the time of AM or after Marshall. And then I said that I won't survive. I'm just going to turn myself in. If we can't go back to AD, then I'm not going into ZA. However, I would consider AM. So if AM is a possibility, then I would have to come up with a new plan. But I didn't know that until afterwards, so I can't modify it. So
sorry. After Marshall was after your time.
I know.
You are the first vote, though.
I'm the first vote?
Yep.
Let's
kind of expedite things and spinning in the background.
Since I had a lot of influence, I feel like in yours, I'm going to vote for Marshall on this one.
Okay. Ricky, you would be the next vote.
I think I'm also going to go with Marshall because if we can avoid everything and just lose Marshall, I'm okay with that.
Hey, I get a cool religion founded after me, so
There
that's
we go.
nice. My vote was going to be for Ricky because he's the only one who actually survives the scenario.
Yeah, we're
the only one who
That is true.
has the problem.
He truly answered the question.
Right?
So I'm going to have to just give my points to Ricky, and congrats, Ricky. You win today.
Nice.
A la me winning.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
What do I win?
But this podcast, congrats.
Okay.
And all the expenses that come with it. And
That'll
none of
have
the
to be-
financial gain. But it's been great having you on the podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You got anything you've been watching or want to shout out to the world?
No,
Can we find you on social media, maybe? If you want to
I'm
be
not.
found.
No, I'm not really active on social media. I guess I'll just say hi, Mom. I made it.
Nice. Hey, that's a first.
That is the first one. Most people in Northern Mothers on here.
Well, that and like making it to the show is considered making it. So
Right.
Yeah, all
I
right.
take that as a compliment. If Ricky's made it, then we made it.
You start here and then you're on Rogan.
Oh man.
Justin, got anything you want to shout out?
I don't know if I shouted out Michael Connolly last week, but I finished The Law of Innocence. That was a great novel. Shout out to She-Hulk coming out here in 6 days on Disney Plus. Shout out to sweet new TV I just got.
Okay.
And shout out to those people rolling out of Olive Garden.
Okay. First time in a long time I have a serious one. Shout out to Tetris Connection.
What's that?
It's a game and it's Tetris, but it's like they lean heavily. It's like what if Tetris and then we made everything in the background like this bright visual display of a show. It's very hard to explain. Look up a video. It's very cool. I recommend it. It's free on Game Pass if anyone wants it.
Cool.
Shout out to becoming a Christ figure. Shout out to becoming a religion. That's fun. I watched some recently. Shout out to the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. Great movie. And that's all the time we got for today. So I've been Marshall.
And I'm Justin.
And on behalf of Noel, Toodles.
Toodles.
I really do want to know what my religion would be called.